What's up, Padawans? What's up, Afro Joe here telling like it is. Tonight we're going to talk about Joseph C. Phillips. Now, Joseph C. Phillips used to be on the Cosby Show. He played Lisa Bonet's husband. Now, and plus he did a movie with Tommy Davidson in Sticky Business. He's come out and said that Bill Cosby is a rapist and he drugged these women. Now, I sat there and I thought about this guy and I was like, hold up, you telling me this guy that was on Bill Cosby show going around saying he's a rapist and he drugged these women and all this and that. And I kind of sat there and I thought to myself, I said, something ain't right. Something is definitely not right. The reason why I said something ain't right was it's because he waited till 50 women that came out and said, I was drugged and raped by Bill Cosby. And I've said this many times, how do they know they was raped? There's more to this story. The reason why I say how do they know they're raped? The reason why I say that is there was an incident down in Nashville, Tennessee, where a girl that went to Vanderbilt College that was drugged, then raped, and woke up hours later not knowing what happened. All she remembered was drinking. So one of her friends told her, you was raped. She knew something was wrong, but she didn't know she was raped. That happened in Vanderbilt. That's a college down in Nashville, Tennessee. And I read this report from the New York Post columnist. It says Bill Cosby's actions, not rape, but high pressure situation, whatever. It says former Cosby actor and sitting American president. It says President hoped that the Smithsonian, these are many more, have felt the urge of pushing to comment on the numerous rape accusations towards Bill Cosby. Now it's time to add this unwanting vote of New York Post columnist Andrea Priestley, in that late night column on Tuesday titled, I have my doubts about Bill Cosby's a rape. Priestley does precisely what you think. After reading this headline, she defends Bill Cosby. She doesn't necessarily do a complete 180 per se, and urges that everything about this accusation against the comedian are definitely false. Instead of Priestley tried her hard at wordplay while trying to make the boys will be boys argument. What she's trying to say is pretty much say these women must have took the pill. And I'm gonna put this story down in the description box. Same with this video that he did. I'm gonna give props to this one guy for this video. He did it. I don't know how he did it, but he's got it where society sucks. That's the guy's name. This video that came from this YouTube user named Society Sucks, he actually hooked it up and put it out there right. And I'm going to play it for you. And I'm going to put that video in the description box too.
I think like a lot of people, I was really giving Bill the this was not the man that I knew. This is not the man that I worked with. He may have had other faults, but he certainly was not drugging people and raping them. And then I had a conversation with an old friend. Bumped into her. I hadn't talked to her in a couple of years. Bumped into her. I hadn't talked to her in a couple of years. 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 I just thought, hey, he used to be like your mentor or something.
Was she an actress?
Yeah, and I don't want to say too much about it.
So he was a mentor to her?
Yes, and for 2 hours she sat in my car. 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 She sat in my car, crying, telling me her story, all of the details. at that moment, something changed for me. She turned to me and she said, she wiped her face and she said, "Do you believe me?" And I said, "Yes, I believe you." And that was the change. And I had to look with sober eyes at what was going on. Boys, you don't...
He's showing that the statement that Joseph C.Phillis has said and all this, his stories doesn't add up. And to me, it's like this. He waited this long to say something. He waited till 50 women came out and said anything about it. Why would you wait till 50 women came out and said any damn thing about it? And Dan Abrams, he works for ABC's 2020, and what I don't get is about this guy is that he talks about Bill Cosby's guilty, but he never talks about the story he did about a woman that lied on a man and put him in prison for 20 years. 2 years later, the girl recanted her statement, said, "Oops, I lied. He didn't rape me. He didn't rape me." And I'm sitting up there, it's like, you did that story on 2020 a few years ago. And it's awfully funny that Dateline 48 Hours have did stories like this where innocent people have been accused of crimes they didn't commit. Almost every week, Dateline and 48 Hours does that, but they do murder cases too. But if you watch 48 Hours or Dateline, you will see that they do stories about people being accused of murder, rape, kidnapping, so on and so forth. But this man did do a story about a woman that said she got raped. Then she turned around and said, "Well, I lied." And I'm going to show you the video about it. And this, like I said, it's got to me. It's got to me. And I'm going to show you this. Here we go.
You never see it coming. It could be bad timing, bad judgment, or but in an instant your life changes. Our first case in point involves a late night, too much partying, and a fateful encounter.
Now what happened that night between a beautiful young woman and a man she didn't know would raise all kinds of questions about truth, justice, and what it takes to do the right thing.
Everything in life, even if you don't understand it now, happens for a reason.
Bjorni Pagero is a quiet, somewhat vulnerable soul. She's only 27 years old, but she's already been through enough challenges and tragedy to last a lifetime.
But I always said to God, I'm willing to take whatever you give me, because whatever happens is the best for me.
The story of what happened begins on the streets of New York City on a Saturday night in the summer of 2005. Bjorni's enjoying a girls' night out. As usual, she's with Aurora Pujols, a best friend who's really more like an older sister.
We were having a really good time.
Really good time?
Dancing, drinking, having fun.
To be blunt, the girls get wasted.
I drink like 5 Blue Hawaiian.
5 is a lot.
5 is a lot.
So you're drunk.
Definitely drunk.
As the night winds down, Bjorni and Aurora are sitting in Aurora's car while their friends pick up food from this restaurant. A group of men cruising for action pulls up next to them, inviting them to a party. Suddenly, one of them jumps into the car.
I remember being in shock. This guy just opens the car door and walks into the car.
He's inviting us to an after party.
What'd you think of him?
A crazy guy. Get into my car without permission.
The situation is a powder keg, so Aurora scrambles out of the car and joins her friends in the restaurant. She expects Bjorni to come with her, but instead, Bjorni takes off in her friend's car.
I was drunk, so I took the car and I drove.
We walked back out and the car's not there.
Bjorny leaves the car at a nearby parking lot and piles into a white van with the stranger and his friends. They spend an hour driving around, searching in vain for the party.
I got scared in my way there because I thought something was going to happen. So I started crying and crying and crying.
Bjorny's friends, left high and dry, tried desperately to call her cell phone. Finally, they make contact and reunite with Bjorny and the car back at the parking lot. When they find her there,
Her hair was all crazy. Her mascara was all runny. She looked like she had been in a struggle.
Aurora and the girls are angry they've been ditched. Bjorny feels cornered and doesn't know what to do. Tensions are high. And then,
Out of nowhere, she lashed out at me.
We got into a physical fight, which I started it.
the fight is an out-and-out brawl. The girls even crack the windshield.
And this is totally out of character for her.
Totally out of character.
This is not how she is.
No.
Aurora is furious and stunned, but the mood changes when Bjorny explains why she's acting this way. She says something terrible happened with the stranger in the back of the van.
He pulled up my pants. He was hitting me. And he raped me.
Were you screaming for him to stop?
Yes, I did.
When did it stop?
Called the exoneration.
We're doing what we can to help a lot of people who've been forgotten and are languishing in jail.
Barbara thinks the case against McCaffrey is thin. Remember, the rape kit had come back negative. Prosecution won relying.
Now you just heard right. The test came back negative. But like I said, that video will be in the description box too, and that came from Black and Blonde Media channel, Black and Blonde Media, but it's an ABC 2020 video. But like I said, this man lied on Bill Cosby. Oh, he a liar, he did it, he's this and that, and it makes no sense. And this guy works for 2020. I don't know, from reporting the news to get your facts straight. You remember they actually shown on Dayline, or I think it was Dayline, 48 Hours, they did the Central Park 5, and they showed all 5 of them dudes was innocent. And like I said, I'm gonna put both the videos in the description box. I'm gonna put the article down in the description box too. And I want to know what you think about this down in the comment sections. Please share, like this video, and pass it around and give it to everybody, because I want to know what you think about this guy saying this stuff, even though you've seen the video that he lied in the interview. Tell me what you think. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Tumblr, subscribe to my channel, CeeLo Jr. 2, CeeLo Jr. 3. Tell me what you think down in the comment sections. Don't be a Sith Lord, be a Jedi, man. If you ain't down with the Wookiee, you're digging the booty ass. Peace, love, and out for grease. I'm out.